Scary story time while I make slime, clown edition. I don't know if y'all remember like the freaking clown epidemic when the clowns were on a rise terrorizing people. I don't know if y'all remember that. My experience with the clowns happened in 2016. Get your money's worth. Let it drain. I ain't forget. My light died, so we're doing a video like this. But yeah, I was in the 5th or 6th grade when this happened, and we were at recess, right? So I was playing pony in the field. Did I mention it's also like 1 in the morning right now? Yeah. I'm playing pony in the field with my friend, right? I literally just remember like talking to my friend, minding my business, and the next thing you freaking know, I look to my left side and I see a freaking clown sitting on top of like my school gate. I'm automatically thinking I'm tripping because what you have to understand is clowns terrify the crap out of me, right? So I tap my friend, I'm like, you see that? And then she tapped me, she talking about some, you see that? So I got a clown on my left side and I got a clown on my right side, and then I got a clown straight ahead. Next thing you freaking know, kids start screaming, and I was one of those kids. Like, I didn't care. I was screaming for my life. Bloody murder, right? So in total, it was literally like 6 clowns lined up against this gate, right? Now, the thing about my school was you had to climb a gate, then go into a dam, climb the dam, and then hop on that gate. So as a grown man, why are you that invested to like scare a bunch of kids, right? And I still have beef with whoever those clowns were. All the kids who were playing in the grass during recess, they just start booking it because there's literally clowns sitting on the gate. So they're booking it, right? And so the kids who were on the black pavement, they're looking at us screaming. So they start screaming because they see clowns behind us. And there was like 2 teachers watching us. And I noticed that the teachers were not getting the kids in the classroom fast enough. So you know what I did? I booked it to the girls' bathroom and locked the door. You're not getting the kids in the classroom fast enough for me. So how are you supposed to save me? So I just ran to the girls' bathroom, locked the door, and was just in one of the girls' stalls, scared out of my mind, okay? So that was my experience with the freaking clowns, y'all. I don't know if it happened on the freaking East Coast, but on the West Coast, we were being terrorized by them freaking clowns. One last thing. Who thought it was a good idea to bring clowns to a kid birthday party anyway? Whoever started that, we gotta nip you in the bud, bro. Scary story time while I make slime, human sacrifice. Get your money's worth and let this little tiny bit drain. This story is not my story. It was sent in by a girl named Mackenzie. I don't know if this story time is true or not, y'all, but it had me on my tippy toes. Mackenzie is 25 years old and she was ready to settle down and start a family, and she felt like American men weren't gonna do that for her. So homegirl switched up her type and she only started dating foreign men. So she got on all these dating websites to find foreign men, and she finally found one, and we're gonna call him K. K was a Haitian man. His profile said he stood 6 foot tall and he had money. So Mackenzie and K, they automatically hit it off, like hit it right off the bat. They start talking, texting 24/7. They start sending money to each other, and it's only been 3 months, might I add. Now keep in mind, y'all, K lives in Haiti, so this is real long distance. It's been 3 months, y'all, and K, he wants some Mackenzie. He texted Mackenzie and he's like, look, I want to see you. You should come to Haiti. I'll pay for your plane. I'll pay for your hotel. I'll pay for everything. Now, Mackenzie, she's a little skeptical, and she's like, look, I want to see you, but I'm not going to Haiti. How about you come to America and I'll pay for your plane ticket plus your hotel? He ends up agreeing to this. K ends up coming to America. They have a grand time. They do grown folks business. And then K goes back to Haiti, and, you know, they get to know each other more. It's been It's been a year and 3 months, and Mackenzie and freaking K, they're unbreakable. Couple goals, or so we think. Now, y'all, K proposes to Mackenzie. She's happy, she's ecstatic, but K, he's stressing her. He's like, look, you know, we're getting married soon, and I want you to have a traditional Haitian wedding. She's still a little weary about traveling all the way to freaking Haiti, but reluctantly, she ends up agreeing. 2 weeks before her wedding day, she's supposed to be flying to Haiti. Now, she had a deal with K. He was going to get her a hotel room because she did not want to sleep in his parents' house. She don't know them. Now, he promises her that she's not going to sleep in his parents' house and he'll get her a hotel room. 2 weeks before her wedding day, she travels her butt out to Haiti. While she's on the plane, she's realizing how little she knows about her soon-to-be in-laws and her family, her soon-to-be family. All she knows is that he has 3 sisters and his mom and dad are still together and they love each other. That's basically it. My phone very much died, but back into the story. Now, she quickly realizes that she is not going to be getting a hotel of her own. They're going straight to his parents' house. They drive 5 hours away from the city. Now, when she arrived at his parents' house, she felt like she was being watched. But she brushes it off as, maybe I'm just homesick. She meets the family, but she feels like something was a little off. She just couldn't put her finger on it. They never really spoke English around her unless they were directly talking to her. Kay also promised her that he would take her back to the city on the 3rd day. Now, y'all, it's the 2nd night. She starts to hear whispers. Not only does she feel like she's being watched, but now she's hearing whispers. She wakes up the next day, which is the 3rd day, the day that she's supposed to be going back to the city, and she feels terrible. She said it felt like her head was going to explode. She was throwing up. She was doing everything. Now, the only thing she ate the night before was the mother's cooking, but she's not putting 2 and 2 together yet. She's only getting worse as the days are going on, but she's eating everything that the mother is preparing for her. On the 7th day of her being in that house, she finally musters up the courage to get up and do some exploring. When she finds weird statues and figures all around the house, and she automatically knows that is what's watching me. Those are the whispers she's hearing at night. So remember when I said they never really spoke English around her unless they were directly talking to her? They were not aware that she was up because of how sick she had been, and she was kind of outside by the kitchen window. They're talking in English. She overhears a conversation with her mother-in-law and her significant other. The mother-in-law says to Kay she should have been unconscious by now. Why hasn't the sickness gotten to her? Have you secretly gave her medicine? And Kay's like, no, like I want this feast to happen too. When she hears this, she thinks they're talking about eating her. She stops eating the food that the mom gives her. She acts like she's eating it, but she doesn't. She gets well soon, but she still acts like she's sick. Now, she believed that they were talking about eating her, but they were not. They were talking about the feast that comes after the ritual, which was her. She finds that out later though. But time jump. He has came up with her plan. The plan is to steal the car keys and drive back to the city. That's exactly what she does. She finds the keys one night. She drives back to the city, still sick though, books herself a flight and gets home. She's on the next flight home. Kay is furious. He's blowing up her phone. And at this point, she's about to block this man, but she asked him, what do you mean by you're ready for this feast too? Y'all, what were y'all planning to do? Eat me? And he was like, no, we were planning to sacrifice you to what we believed in, then have a feast after that. After hearing this, she hangs up on him, blocks him on everything, moved, and safe to say, she's not going back to Haiti for a long time. Scary story time while I make slime. Get your money's worth and let it drain. Like, y'all, I could not make this up. Like, no. So, y'all, this happened a couple hours ago, and I'm at loss for words. I was home alone like a couple hours ago or whatever, right? And I hear footsteps upstairs. Mind you, no one is upstairs. No one's upstairs. It's just me in the house. Y'all, I hear someone going down the stairs upstairs and then coming down here. I thought my auntie's husband was upstairs. I did not think I was in the house entirely alone. So my auntie called me and she was like, oh, do you want something from the store, like Doritos? She asked me what Doritos did I want. As I'm talking to my auntie, I hear footsteps again upstairs. And I was like, oh, where's everyone at? And he just starts going down the list of where everyone is. And then I say, so no one's in the house with me? She says, no. My heart drops. So I go, like, I run and I go get the Bible because, y'all, I could not make this up. Hold up. This just dropped all the way down here and rolled. I just rolled it up so y'all can see when it's on here, there's no falling because it, like, scrunches. So there's, y'all, anyways, we're ignoring that. Back to the story time. But yeah, so I call my auntie and, I go get the Bible. And I'm just sitting there and I'm praying and I put my head under the cover, y'all, because this ghost's not going to get me. I don't know what's in here. Y'all, tell me freaking why. The baby, my auntie's baby, he has this little walker thing. And I literally heard, like, from one of the toys rattling. That was like 3 steps away from my current position. I freaking freaked out. I had my head under the covers, like I wasn't freaking moving. Like, that was one of the moments where my heart dropped. Okay, mind you, this has happened to me before, but in different types of settings. I was here home alone one time and I was sleeping and I kind of had like a bad dream, right? So I like shook myself out of the bad dream and then like I closed my eyes again, but I put my head under the covers and I closed my eyes again and then I heard like the baby's toy rattling again. That situation happened before this current situation. So because of my nails, I can't really click, but I had to hang up on my auntie because she was just making it worse. And I called my grandma and I told my grandma like everything that was going on, and she told me that it's okay, she's gonna like pray over when she gets back. Y'all, I literally did not move until someone came back. I left out something. The door freaking opened, like this door opened when I heard the footsteps, just kept opening and closing. So I think it's time for me to go. Scary story time, Appalachian Mountains, while I try to reactivate this store-bought slime. P.S. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Like, I really been searching up how to pronounce that word. Lighting is trash, but ew, like, y'all, it's so gooey. Anyways, this story time takes place in the Appalachian Mountains, and it was sent in by a supporter. Now, like always, disclaimer, I can't tell y'all if this is real or not. It was sent in to me. So Layla and her boyfriend decided to rent a cabin in the Appalachian Mountains, or at least near it. Get your money's worth, and what? Let it drain. She knew little to nothing about the place that she was going because her boyfriend was the one that rented the cabin. Now, where they were going, again, why do people do this? I don't know. They were going in the middle of nowhere with no Wi-Fi, just straight remote. The best way to put it. It was for their anniversary, so she thought it was just like a cute little thing. Now, her boyfriend was like, have you ever heard the creepy stories about the Appalachian Mountains? And she was like, man, that's just, man, that ain't real. It ain't real, you know? Layla wasn't the type of person to believe in ghost stories, anything that had to do with spirits or the supernatural. She didn't believe in it. Now, like always, the first couple of nights were fine. They had rented the cabin for a week, and the first 3 nights, there were no issues. Now, the fourth night, that was where the problems came in at. Okay, sorry. Layla woke up at 2:58 in the morning. She heard 2 knocks. She has no idea where they were coming from, but she heard it. Also, following the second knock, I'm getting goosebumps. She heard whistling. Now, if y'all don't know anything about them scary stories about the mountains, don't ever. When it gets night, you're not supposed to be outside. She tried to wake her boyfriend up. His name is Josh, by the way, but he was knocked out cold. So she went to go see who was knocking this late at night when all of a sudden she got goosebumps all over her body. And it was just like something stopping her from going to go check out whatever she heard. Now, she went back to bed. She was completely freaked out, but she brushed it off, as they always do, but she brushed it off. Now, the next night, she heard the same thing. She gets up, she gets goosebumps all over her body, and she gets this urge to lay back down, so that's what she does. But on the 6th night at this point, she's like, no, I have to get up. I need to check out what it is. Now, she followed where the knocks were coming from, and they were coming from the window. Now, when she looked out of the window, y'all, it was pitch black. It was just straight woods, and she kept hearing whistling. Oh my gosh, I got goosebumps. Can y'all see that? And it was just like something drawing her outside, basically. And then as she went to go close the window, she heard her name from outside, and it was her boyfriend calling her. Oh my God. I'm literally scared right now. I'm not trying to seem like I'm doing too much, but I'm literally by myself right now. So right as she was about to go outside, her boyfriend basically called her back to bed. She went back to bed. She brushes this off, y'all. She brushes this off. I don't know why she would when her boyfriend is in bed, but he's calling her from outside. But she doesn't believe in, supernatural. I'm stuttering, but whatever. The next night, okay, her boyfriend is up this night. He hears the knocks, and he's like, are these the knocks that you've been hearing? And she was like, yeah, but I don't think it's anything. It's probably old pipes or, a cat. I don't know why people who don't believe in ghosts just make up the most craziest things, but yeah, that's what she told him. He was like, girl, no. Do you know where we are? Now, y'all, the knocks are driving her completely crazy. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And she's like, I have to investigate. I can't take this anymore. Now, she gets out of bed. Her boyfriend is not all the way asleep. He's half asleep. So right as she's about to open the window, y'all, she sees a man, just straight in the distance, a man. And she gets spooked out by this, obviously. And the man is calling her name in a familiar voice. And it's drawing her in, and it starts whistling. Now, she about to walk to the front door to go investigate, because she over here in her head, she literally writes and says, I thought that he needed help. Honey, no. Right as she was about to open the door, her boyfriend stops her and goes, so what are you doing? And she's like, there's a man outside. He was calling my name. He was whistling he needs my help. He was probably whistling to get my attention for help, or our attention for help. And her boyfriend is looking at her like she's crazy, and he's like, that's it, we're going home. And she's like, what's wrong? Like, what's your issue? He was like, no, we're going home. So they wait till the next day, obviously morning. They get in the car, they drive home. They didn't even finish their stay, y'all. She's like, why are you acting like this? Like, you literally made us pack up all our bags in the middle of the night. We're leaving today. We didn't even get to finish our stay. Like, what's going on with you? And he tells her, you've never heard any of the tales of the Appalachian Mountains. Like, you think things are like supernatural isn't real, but there's some places that you just don't mess with for real. And she's like, bro, like I told you, like none of that stuff is real. And he goes on to tell her, if you were outside, you would no longer be here. And she's talking about what are you talking about? He says that man wasn't a real person. That was a hallucination. Because keep in mind, he was hearing it, but he knew to ignore it because he knew the stories. He kind of knew the area. Why would he bring his girlfriend who doesn't believe in supernatural in a place like this? I have no idea. But this kind of freaks her out a little bit because now that she thinks about it, it was literally driving her mad. Like, it was drawing her to the freaking window, drawing her to the door. And right as she's about to open the door to go outside, it was just like everything was quiet. Like, there was no bugs, there was no nothing, no noise. And so ever since that day, she's believed in supernatural a tiny bit. Again, y'all, I can't tell y'all if these stories are real. They were sent into me. You could probably find these stories on the internet somewhere. I have no idea. Stop trying to clock me for saying, oh, I've heard this story before. It was sent into me, okay? Oh, okay, bye. Scary story time while I make slime, haunted house edition. Get your money's worth and let it drain. You already know. I just want to say this is my story, okay? Yeah, this happens to me. Also, thank you guys so much for 800,000 followers. Like, what? Now, for the newbies, I've been experiencing paranormal activity since before I could even walk, in all honesty, okay? It's always been in my life. Now, for the past couple of weeks, I haven't been able to sleep at night unless I'm near my grandma and she reads the Bible to me. I don't know what that's about, but I just feel like somebody wants to me and somebody's watching over me while I'm sleeping. I don't brush things off like this, so I have not been able to sleep whatsoever because I feel like somebody wants to get me. So with that being said, about like a week ago, I started seeing this black figure like across the room from me, and it would appear like every so often, not that often, but like I would see it every once in a while, and it wouldn't really freak me out, but it's like, I see you, like I'm looking at you. Okay, y'all, so I found the top, and I'm honestly gonna say, like, it's playing peekaboo with me. Like, I hope you know I could see you. And it wasn't freaking me out until like 2 nights ago. I was literally up playing the game, the lights are off, I'm minding my business, when I see this black figure just sitting next to me. No decorum, didn't ask if you can sit next to me, you just sat down next to me and freaked me the crap out. I'm just starting to think the ghosts here just like scaring me, like they get a kick out of seeing me scared. I literally jumped so far back when I seen it, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's time to call it a night. I got off the game, went to sleep, okay? If you're asking me what I activated it with, the freaking shaving cream. This glue, it activates with this shaving cream. Yeah. I'm just gonna go pour a little bit of baking soda on this because it's a little too sticky for my liking, so yeah. So continuing the story, y'all, basically, what? Okay, so the day before yesterday, I literally had a dream that I was being chased by the same dark figure that freaking pops up. I don't know what it is, but homeboy or girl gots to go. I'm not doing this. How can I explain it? It's like, at the same time, I'm scared, but I'm not scared because it doesn't seem like an evil one. It just seems like it's just doing too much and it's goofing around. Warm baking soda water. Ooh. That might sound weird, but it's like you're gonna know the difference between a good spirit and a bad spirit, and this one just keeps like scaring me, not necessarily like giving me a bad feeling. So let me give y'all like a ghost encounter update for this house. So far now, I've seen 6 ghosts. Yeah. Again, for the most part, they're not really bad spirits. The only time like I've experienced a bad spirit is when I told that one story time when I was in the kitchen talking to my boyfriend and like this ugly black thing appeared underneath me. That was the creepiest one. I actually got the worst feeling. Like that one, it just felt like I was being watched for days with that one, and eventually it went away. I also want to add that with the one that's been following me around recently, like I've been noticing like things are falling out of place, bottles are falling off of counters, things are being taken out of the trash and left on the floor. Don't know what that's about, but hey. Disclaimer, everybody experiences paranormal activity differently, okay? Your story is not going to be the same as mine, and that's okay. Some people experience cabinets being open, freaking dishes being thrown out of the cabinets, chairs being moved. I don't really experience that. I just experience seeing them. Yeah, and I'm not lying. I have no reason to lie to y'all. Scary story time while I make slime. Hi guys. It's been almost a month since I posted my last video. I just been going through some things, guys. I'm back though. This story was sent in by fans. Get your money's worth and let it drain. Starting off strong, Kimmy was a cheerleader and she lost a bet to the football players, unfortunately. The loser of this bet and their entire team had to go in this old house in the middle of the woods. I think I should make the slime blue. I don't know. Should I just keep it as clear? I don't know. Kimmy didn't want to do the bet in the first place, but her cheerleader friends was like, girl, come on, you're being boring. They lose the bet and they have to camp in this abandoned house in the middle of nowhere for 2 days, okay? Locals in the town said the house was haunted because the man who used to live there unalived his entire family in the house. And ever since then, there has been sightings of a baby crying, a woman screaming, and a man yelling, okay? Kimmy and her friends make it to this house. Kimmy is scared out of her mind because Kimmy believes in ghosts. Unlike her friends and the freaking football players, she believes in freaking ghosts, right? Within the first couple of hours, strange things start to happen. They start to see things move off of shelves. One girl said she felt someone pinch her arm even though she was around nobody at the time. And now, at this point, Kimmy has felt something whisper in her ear for the past 3 hours now. Kimmy's ready to go home. And what sells the fact that she's ready to go home is right as they're going to bed, she feels something scratch the back of her neck. And no one was around her, by the way. So when she asked one of her friends to check what the crap that was, she has 3 scratch marks going down her entire freaking neck. Go home. I don't even care about the bet. Out of the entire cheerleading group, there was only about 5 girls there. So 3 girls at this point have seen, heard something, or watched something move off the freaking shelves. At this point, Kimmy is freaked out because why? Y'all, she got scratch mark going down her freaking neck. So she's telling the other girls, y'all, let's just go. Like, this is weird. This is creepy. This is unsettling. I cannot sleep here. Other girls is like, no, we have to commit the bet or the boys are going to make fun of us. Da, da, da. So at this point, everyone is laying down and the 2 girls that still haven't seen anything, they don't really believe the other girls. And so out of nowhere, those 2 girls hear their names being called and they start to walk upstairs. The other 3 girls are trying to stop them. It's like they're under like what is that word? They're hypnotized. While they were walking up the stairs, they were like saying these weird words that no one could under freaking stand, and they were just repeating it and repeating it and repeating it and repeating it until one of the girls threw something at them and they snapped back into it. And out of nowhere, they felt this weird, like, I can't even describe what they said in the messages, but like they felt this weird like gush of air shift towards them. So they just left everything and booked it in the middle of the woods in the middle of the freaking night. This is why I say don't play with the freaking woods, y'all. Don't play with the freaking woods, especially if somebody is saying it's haunted. I don't care if somebody told me to do a bet and I lost it, nigga. I'm not going to the middle of the woods. My ring light officially broke, so I'm using my iPad light. Yeah, but this is the slime, y'all. I'll definitely show y'all when it gets clear in like 2 to 3 days. But I put these cute little like pink what are these called, like holographic things in there, and yeah, the slime's stretchy. It poke. Okay, bye y'all. Scary story time while I fix this Hello Kitty store-bought slime. I think it's Appalachian Mountains. Don't clock me. Okay, y'all, so so there was this man and his name is Noah, right? And him and his family lived in like the western of North Carolina, deep in the middle of nowhere. I'm guessing near them scary mountains, I guess. Okay, y'all, this is Hello Kitty charm. I wanted to show y'all. I might start sending y'all these store-bought slimes if y'all want. So growing up near them creepy mountains that everybody is always talking about, they all had this one specific rule. If you hear whistling outside, don't you dare pay attention to it. Don't move, don't look for the noise, just act like you don't exist. Now, obviously, it's that one person that be like, like I don't really care. Ooh, this slime smell good. Ooh, I don't think I have to do much fixing, y'all. And Noah didn't really believe in all that scary crap up until last October. Y'all, this slime don't really need to be fixed, so I'm just gonna add the other stuff in it. Yeah. Now, y'all, one afternoon, Noah decided that he was going to go hunting. Now, at this time, it was like, you know, maybe 4, maybe 3 o'clock. And he's like, yep, I'm going to go. I don't want to make a mess, so I put it in here. And it's still making a mess. Now, while he was hunting, he kind of lost track of time. And it got dark pretty quickly. Now, Noah, he knew the woods like the back of his hand. Like, he knew it better than his own house. But when it turned nighttime, basically said he was lost. Y'all thought I forgot? Get your money's worth in what? Let it drain. I just haven't been able to do it that much because I'm not making the slime, but I'm gonna start making slime again myself. Now, he felt extremely uneasy because, you know, usually in the woods you start to hear noises. You start to hear maybe frogs. I don't know what people hear in the woods because I don't be in them. But Noah said there wasn't a noise. There wasn't even a cricket. Everything was just scarily quiet. Y'all, look at my cat. Her name is Miko. I'm just letting y'all know, if y'all hear meowing, it's her. She finna go back in her cage and she do not like it. Oh, Noah was like, yeah, y'all not finna get me. So he decided to walk the path that he knew, but he felt like he was only going deeper into the freaking woods. And then he heard it, a whistle. Not just one, but 3 whistles on the left side of his body. And he immediately froze because you wanna know something? Now, something that he was told years ago dawned in his head. If I ever get trapped in the Appalachian Mountains in the middle of the night and I hear a whistle, don't move. So he didn't. He immediately did not move. He stopped. He stopped his tracks. And then guess what? He heard it in the front of him. He heard it in the back of him. He heard it on the side of him, y'all. Now, when he heard the first whistle, he initially thought that it was somebody calling for their dog. And then it dawned on him what, you know, his grandma told him. Now, he had been standing there for at least 10 to 15 minutes before he was like, okay, it's gone. Maybe I should try to move now. Just as he was about to move, y'all, he feels something like maybe like 5 feet away from him, behind him, whistle right in his ear. No. He made the right decision by not looking back. So he just decided to slowly walk down the path that he came from. Y'all, when he go home, he immediately runs to his grandma. Now, keep in mind, he's sweating, he's pale. He looks like he just seen a ghost because technically God knows what he's seen. His grandma like, what's wrong with you? And then she literally looks at his face and she could tell. She go, mm-hmm. And he tells the grandma everything that happened. And then she goes, quotes on quotes, it tried to see if you were new. It loves to test the new ones, but you passed the test. Grandma, what do you know that I don't, Grandma? What is it? Noah, he stopped going outside, y'all. After 3:30, yeah, he's inside of the house. That traumatized him. And y'all, honestly, what do y'all think about this slime? I think that it was actually the best store-bought slime that I've had. It wasn't overactivated, you know. It's perfectly stretchy and it's cute and it smells like really freaking good. So I am going to try to do a poop. How do y'all like this slime? Scary story time. The house I live in is haunted while I make slime. By the way, I'm home alone while I'm telling y'all this. Anyways, get your money's worth and let it drain. I didn't forget. The reason why I say it's haunted is because this house was built over 100 years ago. And I'm not gonna lie, every now and again, I'm getting chills, hold on. So every now and again, like by the stairs or in my auntie's room, you'll see a freaking face or like a shadow or a figure, something. This one is like, it's like a portal. Like, I don't know how to make that make sense. I know it sounds like so fake, but I'm so serious. I believe that there's 3 portals in this house. The freaking staircase, my auntie's room, and the kitchen. It doesn't make it any better that I'm making slime in the kitchen alone, home alone. The very first like paranormal experience I've had here in this home was like 2 years ago. I was sitting on the couch literally minding my merry old business and I literally seen a little girl walk into my auntie's room. There is no little girl here. Well, there is a little girl here now, but this little girl had to be like 5 years old, and the little girl who lives here, she was like 2 years old, and she wasn't here when this happened. So yeah, I know. Like every now and again while I'm sitting at the table, I will literally see like a face appear at the stairs, like a little boy. Sometimes it creeps me out, sometimes it doesn't. But the most recent experience I had was, I think 2 days ago. It was dark in here and I was laying down on the couch and I literally just felt like I was being watched from all freaking angles, and I hate that feeling. So I was like, you know what, let me lay down and go to sleep. So I lay down and I go to sleep, and I just start having bad dreams, and that only happens when something bad is in the house. I literally start having bad dreams about the house. I was like, oh hecky nah. So I literally got up and I grabbed my grandma's Bible and I just started like saying like the blood of Jesus If you're religious, you'll get it. If you're not, then you probably won't understand it. I was so scared, and I just kept saying, like, the blood of Jesus till I fell asleep, y'all. Like, yeah, the house I live in is definitely haunted. Like I said, it was built in the 1920s, so, like, it's definitely 100 years old. Like, she old, girl. She old. And spirits walk through here all day, every day. I don't really know how to explain, like, that. But, like, you'll see them. I got chilled. I'm definitely gonna have to call somebody after I film this video because I'm literally home alone. My auntie, she sees a kitchen lady. Like the kitchen lady, she's dressed in all white, whatever. Creepy, right? Getting chills again. Creepy. My grandma, I don't know if my grandma has ever seen the kitchen lady. I've never seen her. My auntie has. But I seen, chills. I seen like a girl like standing over my grandma while she was sleeping and she was wearing all white. Y'all, chills. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm done. I first like came here, specifically this place, like the bathroom door would like open, close, open, close, open, close. Sometimes it does that because of like the pressure. If like this door is open, that door and the window is open, like in the bathroom, then like the pressure will cause the door to open and close. But like there's sometimes where there's no wind outside, there's nothing, the freaking window is closed and that door would just be opening and closing. It's like they're minding their business, I'm minding mine. Like, well, technically I'm telling their business, but at the end of the day, like, this is an old house and they be all up in here. Scary story time. The house I live in is haunted while I make slime. By the way, I'm home alone while I'm telling y'all this. Anyways, get your money's worth and let it drain. I didn't forget. The reason why I say it's haunted is because this house was built over 100 years ago. And I'm not gonna lie, every now and again, I'm getting chills, hold on. So every now and again, like by the stairs or in my auntie's room, you'll see a freaking face or like a shadow or a figure, something. This one is like, it's like a portal. Like, I don't know how to make that make sense. I know it sounds like so fake, but I'm so serious. I believe that there's 3 portals in this house. The freaking staircase, my auntie's room, and the kitchen. It doesn't make it any better that I'm making slime in the kitchen alone, home alone. The very first like paranormal experience I've had here in this home was like 2 years ago. I was sitting on the couch literally minding my merry old business and I literally seen a little girl walk into my auntie's room. There's no little girl here. Well, there is a little girl here now, but this little girl had to be like 5 years old, and the little girl who lives here, she was like 2 years old, and she wasn't here when this happened. So yeah, I know. Like every now and again while I'm sitting at the table, I will literally see like a face appear at the stairs, like a little boy. Sometimes it creeps me out, sometimes it doesn't. But the most recent experience I had was, I think 2 days ago. It was dark in here and I was laying down on the couch and I literally just felt like I was being watched from all freaking angles, and I hate that feeling. So I was like, you know what, let me lay down and go to sleep. So I lay down and I go to sleep, and I just start having bad dreams, and that only happens when something bad is in the house. I literally start having bad dreams about the house. I was like, oh hecky nah. So I literally got up and I grabbed my grandma's Bible and I just started like saying like the blood of Jesus. If you're religious, you'll get it. If you're not, then you probably won't understand it. I was so scared and I just kept saying like the blood of Jesus till I fell asleep, y'all. Like, yeah, the house I live in is definitely haunted. Like I said, it was built in the 1920s, so like it's definitely 100 years old. Like, she old, girl, she old. And spirits walk through here all day, every day. I don't really know how to explain like that, but like you'll see them. I got chilled. I'm definitely gonna have to call somebody after I film this video because I'm literally home alone. My auntie, she sees a kitchen lady. Like the kitchen lady, she's dressed in all white, whatever. Creepy, right? Getting chills again. Creepy. My grandma, I don't know if my grandma has ever seen the kitchen lady. I've never seen her. My auntie has. But I seen, chills. I seen like a girl like standing over my grandma while she was sleeping and she was wearing all white. Y'all, chills. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm done. I first like came here, specifically this place, like the bathroom door would like open, close, open, close, open, close. Sometimes it does that because of like the pressure. If like this door is open, that door and the window is open, like in the bathroom, then like the pressure will cause the door to open and close. But like there's sometimes where there's no wind outside, there's nothing, the freaking window is closed and that door would just be opening and closing. It's like they're minding their business, I'm minding mine. Like, well, technically I'm telling their business, but at the end of the day, like, this is an old house and they be all up in here. Scary story time while I do a long-awaited ghetto slime tour. Like, look at this. Look at this one. Like, we're gonna start off with the bottles, y'all, period. I was gonna make a rainbow slime and I tried to make it clear, but it never worked. Y'all already know, get your money's worth and let it drain. Like, this is so unactivated. So here's the first scary story time. I was like 15, 16 years old, and basically me and my sisters, this was when I was living with my dad. Me and my sisters, we had this big room, but we always slept in the closet, our walk-in closet for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, y'all, so it was definitely past our bedtime. We were not supposed to be freaking up, right? But we were on this little Android phone sneaking it. And since we were in the closet, we could hear when someone was like walking up to our room. Okay, y'all, so literally we all hear the walking. So we like get in our spots acting like we're asleep, and then we hear somebody opening up the room door and then walking towards like the closet door. And then we hear this loud freaking growl at like 2 in the freaking morning, and it scared the crap out of us. Mind y'all, so the weird thing about this entire situation was we knew it wasn't our dad because he would have opened the closet door and like checked if we were asleep or whatever. The creepiest part of this whole entire situation was I didn't see anybody's feet, y'all. Like, let me explain. I was laying near the closet door, and the closet door was above the ground like this, so you could see like out of it, right? I'm looking underneath the door, basically being the lookout, and I don't see footsteps, but I hear them. So I assumed it's my dad because, you know, it's dark, but you could see, kind of, if that makes sense. And then, like, when it got super close to the door, I know for sure it wasn't my dad, because that means that that man would have had to crouch down, lay down completely on the floor, looking me in my eyeball, and then growl. So there was no way that that was him, because he wouldn't have did all that at 3 in the morning, y'all. So me and my sisters literally got so freaking scared because I told them, I was like, I don't think that was dad. And they were like, what? I said, there's nobody there. Mind y'all, we didn't hear anybody exit out of the room, and we didn't hear the footsteps going back to my dad's room. We literally slept so close together that night, and like freaking scared. I think I'm gonna tell like 2 more stories and then do a part 2 because yeah, I'd be talking for a long time. I don't know why they're so unactivated. Anyways, getting into the second story time. So for those of you who do not know, my mom's house was definitely freaking haunted. It had 2 ghosts, and the first one really left us alone, and the second one literally just terrorized us. Now, we believe that the middle room was haunted by the second ghost, right? So that room used to not be mine. It used to be my little sister's. And at this point in time, I had just moved into the room. I was nice and happy, right? And I remember I was going to sleep. Now, at this point in time, it was also known that that room was a little creepy, but I didn't care. I had my own room. So I laid my black butt down and went to sleep. And I had a dream that this ghost basically hopped inside of my body and then trapped me inside of the mirror. And so from my perspective, I was already in the mirror, but I was watching like myself before I got in the mirror, if that makes sense. And the ghost was a man, and he was like bothering my body to make me like twist and turn in my sleep. And then literally like I opened my eyes, and then he jumped inside of my body, and then you see like my ghost or whatever get sucked into the mirror. I'm getting goosebumps, bro. But like when I tell y'all, I woke up as soon as my body got sucked into the mirror, and I was sweating so freaking bad. My heart was dang near pounding out of my chest. And the reason why I think it wasn't a dream was because when I had went to sleep, I had closed the closet door because the closet was freaking creepy, and everybody felt this weird freaking energy coming from the closet. And when I woke up, the closet door was wide freaking open. And how I know it wasn't like any of my family was because most of them were gone, and then the sisters that were there, they were in their room the entire time minding their business. Because I even asked, I was like, did y'all open the closet door? They were like, no, why would I go in your room and open the closet door? So then I told my mama, and she was like, yeah, that room is haunted, honey. And then basically it was said not to sleep in that room because everybody had a bad dream. I don't know if it was similar, but everyone had a bad dream when they slept in that room. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna do one more story, and then, oh my god, I'm gonna post a part 2. What the... Y'all, it's literally like mainly freaking dried, and I'm gonna get to this slime because I know there's still some in here. Last but not least, the final story time for this video. Okay, y'all, so wait, why am I doing it wrong? Okay, y'all, so basically the other day, like maybe 2 days ago, it was like 3 in the morning, right? And I went into the freaking kitchen to get some food because, you know, big bag. Anyways, I went to the kitchen to get some food. I was hungry. And why do I literally see a woman basically super freaking tall hovering over like the table that I'm working on like right now? I don't know if this is gonna activate. Okay, so let me explain, right? I was walking into the kitchen and it was pitch black. So what I did was I turned my flashlight on, and I kind of held my phone up, and for like a split second, y'all, I literally seen a woman like looking at me like this, standing over like the table. She was tall as crap, but she was also in like this sleeping nightgown. My hands are dyed green. Anyways, y'all, when I seen that, like, I literally backed up. Like, I literally backed up. My heart started beating. And I literally went back into the room. And I was so freaking scared. But I was hungry, so I went back into the kitchen. And I didn't see her again and got some food. So, yeah. This one is literally like a gooey slime. But yeah, y'all, it's safe to say that I pretty much dealt with like ghosts or spirits my entire life. Like, yeah, that's why I believe in them, because I've always seen them. Like for part 2, period. Go to part 2.